Hey you guys, so I think we've been experiencing a brownout, possibly a rolling brownout down here in South Texas, but I wanted to show y'all what I did. And you know, ladies, y'all can do this yourselves. And you know, it's a little bit hot and all that junk. And I mean, you guys, I got covered by like 100 stinging ants, but let me show you what I did. I have that Bluetti 2000 and the solar panels are from Rich Solar Panels, and so I ended up connecting 4 of them. Even though it's kind of partly cloudy, I used the branch connectors on the back. And you start out, and there's a really good channel actually. If you just look at how to look up or how to hook up solar panels, Rich Solar Panels, the YouTube video is really helpful. But so I just kind of angled them where I know the sun is going to be the strongest here, you know, in our yard. And so then I ran them along a long cable, and I really encourage anybody to go ahead and get twice the amount you think you're going to need. So like, I think they came with 15-foot cables. I can't remember exactly, but I went ahead and got 2 sets. And because you really, you know, when push comes to shove, you don't know, probably, it's just better to have more, in my opinion. And so then I just ran them. Our neighbors are right next door, but I just kind of ran them along here, and then they kind of come to a confluence where I'll show you on the inside where I hooked up my window unit. Really, right now, because I'm testing this out, I just ran them through here. And then what I'm going to do right here is put some masking tape or duct tape just to kind of seal it up here. And I'm going to seal it up here. And then I got this unit, I believe it's an LG 8000 BTU window unit. And the filter is really, I like it because you can just rinse it out. They have an attachment that you're going to get when you order this Bluetti. And so the male and female end go into this particular attachment right here. And they have like a little confluence, and they go in here, and then you just connect it to here, and it goes to the side of your Bluetti. And mine was already charged up. I keep it charged up to 100%. But with it being partly cloudy, I'm getting 109. A minute ago, I was getting over 200. And so I'm thinking about getting a few more panels. Let's see, it's going up to 186, 184, and I may have to go out and readjust them as the day goes on until I'm gonna need help mounting them up on the roof, if that's, you know, maybe what I'm gonna do. I'm not sure yet, but at least I could run a fan or charge if I wanted to, you know, hook up the devices, or I've already tested it out running a fan, so I may hook it up and see how much it's pulling on it. One more thing, this is a Bluetti 2000 watt. Right now I'm getting around, well, I was over 200 watts, and let's just see how we do when we turn on the window unit. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the unit. I went ahead and turned it off. And I just want to see, I'm at 100% right now. So it did charge me up to 100%. That little bit of extra wattage did. I'm going to turn these off. Turn this off. And it's really cloudy outside right now. As the input voltage is around 82.5, 82.6, and I was pulling, I think it said 85 volts, if I'm not mistaken. It did. So it was pulling more than it was taking in. However, let me go back to and also I've noticed that when it's full, it's not really showing how much wattage is coming in. At least that's been my experience. So I'm gonna give it a few seconds. All right, I am gonna run Did I plug it in? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to turn these on. Alrighty, I'm gonna let this run for a little bit and then just see how long it takes. I have it at 72 on cool, but I also have it on eco. So once it's on eco mode, when it reaches that temperature, it'll stop. It'll cut off, so you don't have to worry about getting up and down. And it also has a remote. And I have it on low. So I'm gonna give it a few minutes. And that's direct, that's plugged in to my Bluetti. One more thing I wanted to point out is that it's pulling 84 watts, between 83 and 84, and I'm gonna shut the bedroom door. That's about, you know, I was actually bringing in more than that. But I'm gonna have to let it run down a little bit more to see how, you know, how exactly what's going on. Take a look at, okay, so around 82.9 voltages, it's varying a little bit, or coming out, you know, with the sun and it being partly cloudy. I'm gonna go back. Generation energy 0.01 kilowatt per hour. And then if you take a look, I'm already back up to 100% because when the air conditioning was running, I was probably pulling about 85. Let me see, I'm just gonna turn that off. When I was running the air conditioner, it was pulling about that same amount. So in that aspect, it's charging up that little bit that I expended. That's just my understanding of it. I'm not, you know, a genius when it comes to solar. However, keeping all the doors closed, keeping the blinds drawn, and having a shady spot where the sun hits your house the most can really make a difference in keeping your room cool. And then blackout curtains on top of it. Anyway, so it's holding at 72 degrees. It's holding at 72 degrees right now, and it's on eco mode. And in that time that it's been off, it's already charged back up to 100%. In fact, I believe when I first started it, it was at 99, so and it's partly cloudy, it looks a little stormy. 82.4, 82.3. And then you go back. And once this drops below 100 is when I'll start getting a reading again on that connection. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you guys that I think it's worth investing in some solar, and then having a plan of how you're going to hook it up and being familiar with it, because the sooner you can get the air going in your house. Okay, it's coming on again. And it's pulling 83, 84, 83, between 83 and 84. Still staying at around 100%. And I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. I've gone down to 99%, and I'm getting about 91, 102, and it's kicking back on again. It looks like 83, 84 watts it's taking to run it. I'm getting about 95 watts from, I have 4 solar panels out there, but it's cloudy again. So anyway, it's kind of balancing each other out. I mean, the fact, and then I just heard it kick on. I don't know if you heard the compressor. And then look how much that's pulling. 504, 491. That's definitely not going to hold up for forever. But I happen to be pulling at the same time 143, 146, 157, but it's really no match for that window unit for very long. I've already gone down to 98%. However, you know, the sun is going to be, you know, I think it's reached its highest point in the day right now. It's not directly overhead anymore. But that compressor isn't always running. So anyway, like I said, keep your room insulated, and try and have everything you need in one room so you can maintain, you know, a level of comfort. All right, I'll be back in a bit. Went ahead and adjusted it up to 73, and if you notice, I've already gone down to 97%, and that's because that compressor kicked on, and it's going to cut off in a minute. I'm not going to run it that low. It's really cloudy outside, so the solar inputs dropped considerably. This number here is going to change though as soon as it kicks off. Turned it up to 74. I want that compressor to shut off. Come back over here. It's pulling quite a bit. I'm down to 96%. I'm good at 74. I mean, I'm really good at 74. Everybody here is pretty good at 74, believe me. That's nothing compared to how hot it gets down here. You can tell the sun's coming out maybe just a little bit, but it's still pretty cloudy. Once it kicks off, then I'll show you where we're at in terms of if it charges, how much it charges up in between. Okay, so the compressor kicked off. We're down to 83 watts. And if all goes accordingly, this is going to charge back up again. The sun's out. Look at that. We're going up to 231, 236, 255 watts. I am going to go ahead, probably get an extra panel, pull in a little extra more. I'm really amazed. It still hadn't kicked off yet, but it should here just in a minute. You know, you can always get up and go and turn it off, which is what I think I'm going to do. So now that the room is cool enough that I can chill in it, and it's insulated enough, I want to see if it'll charge this back up. Because, you know, I think about every 30 minutes to an hour. I'm amazed at how much is coming in right now. I think with an extra panel, I might be able to get away with another 100 watts. So it might be in around 375, which would be better. So if you want to check, you can go up here to, that's the voltage right here. That's about 72.6 volts. Input current, input power. That's 288 watts, 4.1 amps. Oh, that was up to 300. I don't know if y'all saw that, 300 watts, and that's with, y'all, that's with 4 solar panels. And I just want to see how long it takes it to charge back up again. Whether it makes any difference or not, I want to unplug this and turn off my AC. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to put my DC off. And I want to see if that makes it charge it any faster. It's just a little experiment. Well, look at this. Right before I was going to turn this off, it already charged up back to 100%. That's incredible. I'm really impressed with this Bluetti. You know, anybody out there they're warning us about these blackouts that are coming. And I know today, I mean, I feel like this was a little test run for South Texas. So, you know, get familiar with your solar. Find out what you can lean it up against in the back if you don't have a rack, where you can put it, know how to hook it up, and get familiar with it. Because the sooner you can act on controlling your climate, the more efficient you can, is that cooler that room is going to stay and be. And you'll have that peace of mind. So I'm really impressed that it's already charged back up, and I won't have to put it in the wall tonight, because it really did pull, I think, about 500 some odd watts to charge up. So finding out that the sun will charge it like this quickly with 4 panels, rich solar panels, I'm really happy with it. So I don't think I'll do a part 2 just yet. Okay, everybody, thanks a lot.